Good morning guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are playing Planet Zoo. Not Coaster, Planet Zoo.
Also, as Shaun mentioned last week, we have got a new light and we've decided to spend ages trying to figure out how to get it so we didn't had it like a nice even colour and realised I just jokingly pointed it to the ceiling and it worked. So we're sticking with that. We went far too long figuring out how to do it.
Read it.
Anyway, let's. I think last week we were started doing a tutorial, but you have played a little bit offline, haven't you?
Yeah, so we started the first tutorial. I finished the first one. I'm a little bit into the second one, so I'm going to go from there. So yeah, we'll do that. Right, let's begin. I didn't realise this is different every time you load it up.
Yeah. I don't think Planet Zoo does it.
Planet Coaster.
Yeah. So
See, now he's doing it.
I'm saying the exact opposite. There you go.
Right.
Did you? No, you haven't fixed yourself. You're still.
Oh. Oh well. There we go.
Another key responsibility for our vets.
So I'm on silver.
Okay.
Researching animals
I'm done.
allows
I've only
vets
done
to
one.
unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements
So this is
to
a completely
food
different
quality.
Yeah, and news. Yeah.
The animals' food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen.
Basically, what I had to do in the first one was
Research is a key part of
there was a
running
baboon escape, and I had to fix the fence, and then I had to hire 2 mechanics.
And once again,
Nothing
that's
special,
something
really.
This zoo
Okay.
is missing.
Okay.
So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to put it.
I didn't hear that.
You got to locate the highlighted area.
Can you see how? Oh, there. Did you see
It's
that?
there.
Did you see that?
Yes.
I don't know what I've got to do.
Click on it maybe.
Now,
Yeah.
you've probably noticed that there's already a building where I want you to build the research centre. Don't worry. You see, the building that's currently there is actually a hollow shell. So we're able to place our new building inside of it. If you select the research centre for placement and then hover over the shell, you'll see that it asks if you want to add the research centre to the existing building. Okay, click to add it to the building. Oh, but that won't place it in just yet though. First, we'll need to rotate our research centre so it automatically connects to the path when we place it.
How do I rotate it?
Z. There you go. Make sure it's connected to the path it is, isn't it? Or is it 90 degrees out thing?
Maybe it's not.
I think you need to rotate it a bit more. I think.
No, because it went straight in.
Because there's no door.
Is it the wrong way round?
That's what I was thinking.
But then I can't move it now. Oh yeah.
That's the back, is the.
Okay, let's delete it and start again. Oh, it's not deleted. Delete. There we go. Oh, okay.
Splendid work. Now that we have a brand spanking new research centre, we can give our vets something to do in there. Oh, by the way, it's worth noting that the vets will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what jobs a vet does via their information panel. But let's not worry about that just now. So, let's get our vet researching ring-tailed lemurs. Go into the zoo section and select Vet Research. Here, you can see a list of all the animals present in your zoo.
Giant burrowing
and also
cockroach.
all the diseases that can occur. Now, drag and drop your vet onto the ring-tailed lemur to start their research.
So Von Dali.
Hmm?
You have to drag Von Dali.
Oh.
Yeah.
Onto what?
Red ruffled lemur. No, red-tailed lemur. Yeah.
Actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure we've got any education boards or speakers by the lemur's habitat. Let's head over there and answer, so our guests can learn all about the furry little delights.
Ah, there they are.
First off, let's pop down 2 education boards. Place them on the habitat barriers at a height that guests can see, or, if you like, pop them down on a stand.
Don't think you need a projection screen.
No? What's it?
I think it's one of them. Turn on a lighter surface to placing the boards easier.
Hmm?
No, I think it's like a lighter surface. There you go. That's better. You place down too.
I need to place onto here.
Okay, now that they've been put into position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about. Select one of the education boards to bring up its information panel. And from the drop-down list, select ring-tailed lemur. Although I'm sure that last part was.
No, you click red ruffles. You need the
When you
red
link an
ring-tail.
education board or a speaker to an animal, you
Wait,
need
what?
to make sure
Ring
that
tail.
said animal is
Oh,
close
yeah.
by. If it isn't, the guests will get confused and won't learn as much. Okay, now that we've done the education boards, let's pop down a pair of speakers. Speakers play audio to the guests so they can learn while they look at the animals, instead of having to go through the laborious process of reading. Oh, one thing to bear in mind is that it's important not to put the speakers too close together. If you do, the guests won't be able to understand what's being said. Now we simply need to link the speakers to the ring-tailed lemurs, just like you did with the education boards.
You can have custom music as well.
Fantastic! Oh, it's worth remembering that education boards and speakers both need power to work. They won't do much good without it. Oh, it looks as though our vet has completed their research on ring-tailed lemurs. We'll need to collect the results. We can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into the vet research area. Go on, collect your research rewards. Just so you know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research level. I
Hello?
suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone.
Yeah?
Well, now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our ring-tailed lemurs. Some animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space, and you can fulfill that requirement by building them a climbing frame. Let's find out
should be
how
fun.
much more climbing space our lemur friends need, shall we? Select one of them and bring up their information panel. Next, click on the Terrain tab. Now, as you can see, the lemurs need quite a lot more climbing space. But
They
as
also
it
need more
happens,
sand,
I've already
apparently.
got a climbing frame blueprint built for you. So you can either pop that down or build one yourself from scratch.
Let's see how easy it
By
is.
the way, it's not always just climbing needs that you have to worry about. Other animals might need a certain amount of water in their habitat so they can go for a swim. They certainly do keep us on our toes.
You're going to build them, are you?
Well,
Because I think that one's the pre-built.
let's do the pre-built. It's not touching the floor, it's really annoying. It's like floating. But then I don't want to... make any lower.
Oh, that's a great climbing frame for them. They're going to absolutely love it.
I mean,
Do you know what would make them even happier?
kind of floating, but
Nicer food.
yeah, it's floating there though.
That's true of all
Yeah,
of us,
yeah.
though,
Oh
isn't
well.
it?
I can't
We've
think
done a
about
lot
that
of
baby one.
quality food for animals through research. Luckily, we've already
Yes,
unlocked
under the
some
floating
new
climbing
ways.
frame.
The aims is to make sure they get served it from now on. Let's bring up the habitat information panel by selecting the lemur habitat. Lovely. Now select the Animals tab. There we go. As you can see, we can set the food quality in here. Just click on the drop-down menu and select Grade 2 Food Quality. Grade 2 Food Quality. My mouth's already watering.
Bit of a
Okay.
wheel.
So, a new climbing frame and better food. Oh, you've really spoilt those lemurs rotten. Now, I think it's time we looked at one of the zoo's most important responsibilities. Releasing animals into the wild. You see, when we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile. After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits will be rewarded when we release them. Now, conservation credits are vitally important. They're the lifeblood of your zoo, because
She
it
goes on a bit.
allows you to adopt
Yeah, I did
even
notice.
more animals. And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality. So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan habitat. Okay, I'd like you to find Agang, the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select him, please. You can either click through each orangutan in turn, or select the habitat barrier, go to the Animals tab in the Habitat Information panel, and find him in the Animals list. I know it's sad to see him go, but he'll be happy out in the wild. And he's a wonderful candidate for release. Young, strong and fertile. Excellent work there. You've definitely got potential, you know.
I see you've been doing
Look at
some
the
homework.
highlighted area. It's not the
Although,
highlighted
it
yet.
hardly seems like work.
It says look at the highlighted area, it's not highlighted yet.
Adorable as a
Yeah.
red-tailed lemur. I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been
I'll
less
build an exhibit on
algebra
this one.
and more algebra. Tortoises.
Okay, so far we've done a lot of work with habitat animals, but now it's time to learn all about exhibit animals. Let's build a brand new exhibit. I've marked an area for our new exhibit. How about we head over there? Lovely. Now let's build a new exhibit in the gap that's been left. Just add it to the building like we did with the research centre earlier, then pop it into the gap.
Um, Okay. Huh. Right. Huh? Start again.
Perfect.
There you go.
Is adopt an exhibit animal to go in there. How about a Gila monster? Open up the exhibit trading section and adopt one. Just as we do with habitat animals, we need to send the Gila monster to the exhibit. Click on the exhibit to send it there. When you send an animal to an exhibit, it'll automatically be given the correct setup.
Don't carry in a
But
box
that
this time.
doesn't mean it's completely ready for them. So let's finish it off. We'll start by adding some enrichment items. Click on the exhibit to bring up its information panel. Good. Now click on the Layout tab. Oh, well, it looks like we've only got the enrichment level 1 items unlocked at the moment. Never mind. Let's turn on at least one of them.
I don't
As
think
I'm
he was
sure
meant
you
to
know
walk
by
through
now,
the exhibit.
No.
more enrichment levels by having one of your vets do some research. Now we'll also need to set the temperature and humidity in the exhibit. These are vitally important for keeping our Gila monster happy and comfortable.
So he
Click on
wants
the
to have
climate
humidity
tab.
slightly lower than that.
Here you can see the Gila monster's desired temperature and humidity. You can change both of these by adjusting the dials below. Make sure it's going to be nice and cozy.
Oh, you've gone too far now.
That's the ticket.
There you go.
And the last thing we need to look at is setting up the different windows. So click on the Windows tab. You can edit and customize any of the windows on an exhibit. A window can be closed and blank, or have a 2-dimensional background, or even a 3-dimensional background on it. Why don't you have a play around with the options?
Yeah,
There's also
don't
an exhibit education board. Pop them down near exhibits.
Yeah, I think you
to
probably
teach
should
your
have like
guests
that
about them.
that window
Let's
is
add one now.
pressing on. I think yeah. Try what window 2. See what window 2 does.
Hang on.
Yeah,
No.
it's not that one. That one. So it's window 4 then. I reckon you should put a 3D one for that one. There we go. So
No.
you put a facility thing.
Oh. Huh?
I think it needs to be place one exhibit excavation board for Gila monster. So I think one next to it.
Next to that.
Yeah, I think that one there, next to that. Yeah. Probably not there. No.
Where?
On the floor. Yeah. Can you rotate it?
No.
Lovely
yeah.
stuff. Now our guests can learn all about our venomous
That was really weird.
I think that needs to go on the floor.
Now, we
No.
have a big job for you.
It's upside down for one as well. So
Increase the number of species in the zoo. You'll probably
Oh,
have
yeah.
to adopt both
I think that
habitat
goes on
and
the floor.
exhibit animals to do so, which will mean building plenty of new
We need to rotate it.
Oh, I see. It's one of them.
yeah.
I'll check in with you when you're
Ah, okay.
Have at least 12 species in the zoo. You've got 9.
So I've got to do this by myself now, have I?
Apparently so.
Right, okay. Help me out, Eric.
You know more better than I do.
I don't.
You've done like the first stuff and stuff.
Animal market. That's what we were on. I don't know what we've already got though.
Oh, they've got almost no social thing.
Where are they? So what do they need?
Social, by the looks of it.
Space. It's got space.
It looks like he's stuck on a rock or something ridiculous.
Oops. Where's he gone? Where's he gone?
Is it like under the zoo or something?
No, they boxed him up.
Yeah, so where would you see all your... You boxed all the animals now.
Well, now I've unboxed them.
Okay.
There should be 4.
Oh, he's happy now. Yes, I think it was. Because
Was it him? Yeah, it was him, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was just stuck on the rock.
Oh. Okay. I think that was a glitch somehow. Yeah, he's happy now.
Yeah, it must have just glitched him on top of the rock. So because he couldn't get down from the rock, he had no space.
Right. Let's work out how to do this. So what we got, we need to know what we got first.
Maybe click on the zoo.
Oh yeah. Animals, right. So we've got
Bonobos. We've got orangutans.
We've got orangutans.
Got
Gorilla monster.
got giant
Yeah.
burrowing thing. Mandrill.
Oh dear, why are they not happy?
There's no enrichment apparently.
Innocent food.
Enrichment's provided. I think you need more like a food bowl or something.
What species is this? Bamboo.
Bonobo. I think it's food enrichment, yeah. You give them the water, not food.
Well,
This is 'cause
oh, there we go.
yeah, I was going to say the keeper hasn't done anything with it yet. There's a lot of stuff in that bucket.
Toys.
Doesn't seem to be going up. Yeah, see, now see it's going up now. You put boxes and stuff down.
What? Oh, escaped. How have they escaped? What? I'm very confused.
So that's George.
He's escaped.
Yeah.
He's there. He's actually there.
He's back in now, apparently. I think this game is slightly glitching out a bit.
Right, I think we're gonna stop there. I don't know what went on there. That's really baffled me.
So we had a monkey stuck on a rock, so it didn't have enough space, and then look, they had no food requirement and no toy requirement. So you put food down, it didn't increase it. You put down loads of toys.
Toys didn't work.
Did eventually.
But they've got food board there.
Yeah. So I don't know what's.
I think this game's a bit glitched.
Yeah. And then Harry apparently escaped, even though he was in
there.
the thing. So I'm not quite sure what happened there.
No, I don't know what happened there.
No.
That's weird. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next one. See you later.
Bye.